Dan and Amy, and join me. I'm Dan for the
You
10th.
are?
Yeah,
I thought you were Amy and I was Dan.
you're Tom.
My name's Tom. I feel like a man today.
Join me for the 10th annual Northwest Suburban Republican Lincoln Day dinner, taking place Wednesday, as in a week from tomorrow. Wednesday, April 19th at the Cotillion Banquets in Palatine. Speakers include Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner, Illinois GOP Chairman Tim Schneider, Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin. I'll be the MC.
You'll be the Vanna White of the evening?
Well, I'm not turning letters. I'm going to be, throwing down mad lyrics
Oh,
like
okay.
MCs do.
Oh, all right.
For more information and to purchase tickets, visit stgop.org. stgop.org. Always a good event. Northwest Suburban Republican Organizations hold, so that should be fun. And speaking of one of the speakers, Governor Bruce Rauner, we're pleased to be joined by the governor now as he embarks on a 2-day fly around, amping up his reelection campaign. Governor Rauner, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Dan, Amy, good morning. How you guys doing?
Good morning. Give us kind of the framework of your 2-day fly around. This is a fly around to accomplish what? To deliver what message?
Well, basically, we want to get out and see the residents, see the voters of the state of Illinois, and talk about what's going on in Springfield and how we need to bring fundamental, radical change to our state government. We've been a broken system in Illinois for years and years under the Democratic majority, unfortunately, with massive deficits, unfunded pensions, massive job losses, highest property taxes in America, cronyism, corruption, patronage, poorly funded schools. The system's broken. We need big changes. And we're going to travel around the state today and tomorrow talking about the changes that we're bringing to Springfield, what we've got to get done, why it's so critical, how we're going to restore the future prosperity for the children and grandchildren that we all hold dear, that we want a better future in Illinois. So we're starting off in Chicagoland this morning. We'll be at various locations in the city and in the suburbs, and then we're heading over to Rockford, and then the Quad Cities, and then Peoria, and ending up tonight in Springfield. And then tomorrow we'll be in Quincy and Metro East and down in Marion near Carbondale and over in Crawford County. And we'll be and then I think we end up in Champaign tomorrow evening. So we're getting around the state very well. I love it. It's so great to get out and see the people of Illinois and talk about what's going on. This is an important time, a critical time in the history of our state. We have got to change our system. We can't stay on the track we've been on. Our system's broken, and all these politicians want to do is tape over our problems, temporary solutions, tape, tax hikes, and more kick-the-can spending. We can't keep doing that. We've got to fix the system, and these tape solutions just don't work.
I want to pick up on a word you used there. You said radical change. I think there's been some question about, is Governor Rauner the same guy that I elected in 2014, the same guy committed to rethinking and re-engineering state government so that it delivers what it promises to deliver to Illinois families, or has he been beaten down by the process? And when you use terms like radical and kind of the structural change, which you reference often, it seems to me that you still have that same mindset and that same attitude that you had as a candidate in 2014.
No question about it. I mean, I'm on a mission. I'm a volunteer. I'm not taking any compensation. I'm doing this because I love Illinois. I believe in our future, and I want this to be a wonderful place for all of our kids and our grandkids. And our system is so broken, and these politicians just want to take over the problem. We need radical, aggressive, major structural change. On everything that we can control, we're transforming it. We've kind of blown it up. Dramatically different new union contracts with people who work inside state government, no salary increases for 4 years, bonuses based upon taxpayer savings, completely different work rules, completely different pension and health care coverage, and much more flexibility to drive value for taxpayers, transforming the computer systems in government to drive up productivity and drive down costs, cut $800 million out of operating costs in the state budget, transforming Medicaid. We've already cut out $220 million in Medicaid fraud and abuse. On everything we can control, we're dramatically transforming state government to work for taxpayers and for the people again. On things that I need the legislature to go along with, Madigan's majority has clearly blocked us. They've blocked us on term limits. They've blocked us on fair maps. They've blocked us on on the $6 billion in spending cuts that I proposed. They've blocked us on pension reform. They've blocked us on so many things that we need to get done. That's why we're getting out the word to the people of Illinois. We need to change the system, and that means some of the legislators need to change too.
But it's hard because, my liberal lady friends keep saying, oh, we've got to get Governor Rauner out because he's not doing enough. He's, cutting funding for certain social services, child care programs. But I try to explain to them that your hands are tied by Mike Madigan. Is there any way to break this cycle?
No, that's right. That's why it's so important we get the word out. There's the Madigan's majority Democrats have a lot of folks out there who are misinformed, and they have individuals who go out and spout the speaker's position. The reality is Speaker Madigan's been in power since 1971. He's overseen massive deficit spending, massive job losses, massive tax hikes, and massive amounts of cronyism and patronage and corruption. His empire inside government and the legislators who are loyal to him rather than loyal to their constituents, that's the core problem. And the reality is we have never funded our social services and our human services to the degree we should because of the deficit spending and the massive government bureaucracy and its cost. It's taking money away from the most vulnerable in our state, and this has gone on for years. This is not a problem of the last 18 months. This is a problem of the last 30 years under Speaker Madigan's control.
I stipulate, of course, about Madigan's control of the state for as many generations as he's controlled it and what's happened in Illinois under his dominion. But do you worry at all that people hear this kind of Rauner versus Madigan construct that's amplified by the media, and they just relegate it all to kind of the cacophony of politicians arguing back and forth, and your overarching message and brand gets lost in this binary of Rauner versus Madigan, as opposed to kind of Rauner on the outside against the established power structure, the longtime power structure in Springfield more generally, kind of Rauner on the side of Illinois families versus the institutional political class?
Well, I won't get into, any issues of, media bias or whatnot. We deal with the world as it is, but we've got to change the government, and this isn't about two individuals fighting. That's an easy spin in the media. That's a kind of a quick, easy headline. The reality is the system itself is broken, and I have volunteered to take it on and fundamentally change the system, radically change the system. I'll never give up. I'll never waver. And it's so exciting to me as I travel the state, as I do almost every day. People come up to me in every community. They say, Governor, stay strong. Don't back down. Don't give in. You're on the right track. Stick to your guns. We need more jobs in this state, and that's what you're fighting to do. We need to bring down our property taxes. That's what you're fighting to do. And we've got massive support out there. Sometimes the media headlines don't cover it accurately or very well, but the simple fact is our system's broken. These politicians want to tape it over. They want to cover up the problems. They don't want to fix the problem. We will never have balanced budgets or keep balanced budgets in the state of Illinois unless we grow our economy. We've got to grow our way out of it. Not everything I'm doing is to fight to grow more good-paying jobs, expand the tax base, improve the quality of life, get rising family income, and then with our tax dollars, put them into schools so we have an outstanding education system. More jobs, better schools, everything we're fighting to achieve is focused on those two goals.
Recently, we had millionaire Chris Kennedy announce that he's going to be running for governor.
Diamond Joe Quimby.
Yeah, and billionaire J.B. Pritzker.
Spalding,
yeah. Dan calls him Spalding. So how much money do you think that you're willing to spend and to donate to your own campaign to fight these big juggernauts?
Who knows? This is going to be a very important election. It's going to be a big election. The tragedy for the people of Illinois is that everybody who's talking about or getting in on the Democrat side, they're all part of the system. They've all come from the same policies. They support the same policies and the same politicians who created the mess. And their only solutions, if you ever listen, cut below the surface, their only solutions are spend more and tax more. Mm-hmm. And they all are pushing a massive income tax hike. That's not going to fix our problems. That's just what we've been doing for the last 35 years. Every one of them represents more of the same. We need radical change, and that's what I'm working for every day.
With so many people kind of exasperated with Illinois and wondering, at best, wondering if their future resides in Illinois. What would you say in terms of how close are we to the kind of radical change that you're talking about that we've seen actually to the benefit in so many of our Great Lakes neighbors? If we got a different cadre of personnel in the General Assembly, if we reelected you, how quickly could things actually turn where people would see those manifest improvements in their quality of life here that you're talking about?
Well, I can tell you this, Dan. I've traveled the nation on my nickel talking to companies to recruit them to come to Illinois, and I've got dozens of companies ready to come. With our talented workforce and our location and our infrastructure and our agriculture and O'Hare Airport and all the assets we've got in Illinois, companies want to be here. But our regulations, our taxes, our irresponsible fiscal management of the state, the corruption in the state, these things keep people out. But they've said to me, if we can make even half the changes that I'm recommending, they want to come here and they want to employ the hardworking people of Illinois. We could show a major progress in the turnaround within 24 months of us getting the changes done through the General Assembly. Term limits, fare maps, property tax freeze, workers' comp reform, pension reform. We do these things, companies will come and will quickly start to grow our economy. The tragedy is in Illinois, in the last 17 years since the turn of the century, we've lost over 300,000 manufacturing jobs, while all the 5 states around us have added over 100,000 manufacturing jobs. They're growing, we're shrinking because they've got pro-growth policies that help job creators expand, and we're hostile to business. And when we're hostile to business, we can't keep our budgets balanced. We don't have the tax base, and our families don't have the incomes to support their higher quality of life and support their kids as for a better future. We need big changes, and we're going to get them done. We're just going to stay persistent. We got to change the system. These duct tape solutions that Madigan's majority keeps taping over our problems, stopgap budgets, kicking the can on pensions, that's not going to solve the problem. We need big structural change.
The website is fixillinois.com. One suggestion from one of our regular texters, the Amish texter, is for your YouTube channel to be called the Flannel Channel. So you may want to take that under consideration. He is Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner. Governor Rauner, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Great, Dan. Great, Amy. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.
All right, you too. Thank you so much. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.